Welcome to Decoded Daily. This episode is brought to you by Idea Data. Want to stay ahead in AI and tech? Try Idea Data. Join thousands of professionals getting smarter on AI, tech, and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. The link is in the show notes. We're diving into emerging tech trends. And trust me, this isn't just hype. We're talking AI that thinks, blockchain revolutionizing investing, and satellite tech that could connect the whole planet.
What's striking is how these technologies are all converging and creating entirely new possibilities. It's not just like incremental progress.
Okay, so let's jump into it. Capgemini's Technovision report. 5 major trends, some of them seriously mind-blowing. Take generative AI, for instance. We're already seeing AI copilots helping us out, but they're saying it's going even further, towards reasoning agents.
Exactly. Imagine AI that can not only process information, but actually reason, make decisions, and take action. We're talking AI negotiating contracts, managing complex logistics, even designing personalized education plans.
It's AI figuring things out on its own. What opportunities does that open up? For businesses, I mean.
Well, think about industries where complex decision-making is key. Finance. AI could analyze massive data sets to spot investment trends or evaluate legal documents for potential risks.
Wow.
We could see AI-powered systems that optimize supply chains in real time, or even personalize healthcare treatments based on a patient's unique genetic makeup.
That's incredible, but there are always two sides to the coin. What about the potential downsides of AI becoming so autonomous?
Of course. There are definitely risks to consider. One is bias in AI algorithms. As AI becomes more capable, certain jobs may become automated, so we'll need to rethink how we train and prepare people for the jobs of the future.
We're entering a whole new era of human-machine collaboration. Okay, let's switch gears for a second. Talk about blockchain. Africa Logistics highlights how blockchain is about to revolutionize stock markets through tokenization.
Right. Tokenization is essentially turning real-world assets like stocks, real estate, or even artwork into digital tokens on a blockchain. This makes it possible to own fractions of these assets. So instead of needing a huge amount of capital to invest in, say, a valuable piece of real estate, you could buy a small portion of it through a token.
So it's like democratizing investment opportunities. That's a game changer.
Yeah.
But what does this mean for the average investor? How could this change how they approach investing?
It could open up access to investments that were previously out of reach. Imagine being able to own a tiny piece of a famous painting or a high-value property. It also makes the process more efficient. Blockchain transactions are transparent, secure, and can be executed much faster than traditional methods. This could reduce fees and make investing more accessible to a wider range of people.
This is where it gets interesting for our listeners. Are you seeing any new business opportunities popping up around tokenization?
Absolutely. We're already seeing platforms emerging that specialize in tokenizing various assets, from real estate to fine art to intellectual property. There's also a growing need for services that help businesses navigate the legal and regulatory complexities of tokenization.
There's a whole ecosystem developing around this technology. And speaking of breaking new ground, let's talk about satellite tech. It's making headlines. Satellite Pro ME reported on Viasat's demo of direct-to-device satellite messaging. What makes this such a big deal?
It's the first time we're seeing satellite communication that can bypass traditional terrestrial networks. This means you could send and receive messages from anywhere on the planet, even in remote areas with no cell service. Think about the implications for disaster relief, scientific expeditions in remote locations, or even just keeping people connected in areas with limited infrastructure.
It's like the ultimate communication lifeline, especially in emergencies. But beyond those obvious applications, where do you see the biggest potential for innovation in satellite tech?
One area is global connectivity, a world where everyone, regardless of location, has access to the internet and communication services. We could also see new applications for satellite data. Imagine using real-time satellite imagery for things like precision agriculture, environmental monitoring, or even predicting and responding to natural disasters.
It's like having eyes in the sky. That can help us understand and manage our planet better. So we've got AI that can think, blockchain that can democratize investing, and satellite tech that can connect the unconnected. Where does marketing fit into all of this?
That's a great question. MarTech, or marketing technology, is essentially using technology to enhance every aspect of marketing.
So it's not just about posting on social media anymore. What are some of the cutting-edge MarTech tools that are emerging?
We're seeing the rise of customer data platforms, or CDPs. They help businesses gather and make sense of all the data they have about their customers. This allows them to create highly personalized marketing campaigns, ones that are more likely to resonate with each individual. AI is also playing a big role, with tools that can analyze data, predict customer behavior, and even automate certain marketing tasks.
It sounds like MarTech is all about making marketing more efficient, effective, and targeted. What kind of opportunities does this create for businesses?
We're seeing a surge in startups developing innovative MarTech solutions. These range from AI-powered marketing automation platforms, tools that personalize content recommendations, to platforms that help businesses manage their social media presence more effectively. There's also a growing need for experts, people who can help businesses implement and leverage these technologies to their full potential.
So there are opportunities for both tech-savvy entrepreneurs and marketing professionals who can, bridge the gap between technology and strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from AI and blockchain to satellite technology and MarTech.
Right.
But before we go any further, I think it's important to take a step back, consider the bigger picture. The Plain Concepts article emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations alongside all these technological advancements.
That's a crucial point. It's not just about what we can do with technology, right? It's about what we should do.
Exactly. So what are some of the ethical challenges we need to be mindful of as we navigate this increasingly tech-driven world?
Well, as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need to be vigilant about potential biases in algorithms and ensure that these systems are used fairly and responsibly. Data privacy is another major concern. As businesses collect more and more data about their customers, it's essential to have robust safeguards in place to protect that information and prevent misuse. And as automation becomes more prevalent, we need to consider the potential impact on jobs and the workforce. We need to be proactive in reskilling and upskilling workers to prepare them for the jobs of the future.
We need a roadmap, not just for technological innovation, but for responsible and ethical development.
Absolutely. Finding that balance between progress and responsibility, ensuring that technology serves humanity.
It's about building a better world.
Precisely, harnessing the power of technology to address the world's most pressing challenges.
It's exciting to see so many brilliant minds working towards it.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about starting a business in this space?
First, I'd say don't be afraid to be bold. We're at a point where innovation is happening at an unprecedented pace. So think big, challenge assumptions, and don't be afraid to disrupt the status quo.
Don't just follow the trends, set the trends. I like that.
Exactly. And second, focus on solving a real problem. The most successful businesses, they're the ones that address a genuine need in the market.
So it's not just about building cool tech for the sake of it. It's about making a difference.
Absolutely. And finally, remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Building a successful business takes time, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt along the way.
So we've talked about the trends, the opportunities, and even some advice for aspiring entrepreneurs. But let's zoom out for a second. Think about the bigger picture. What kind of future are we creating here? What does it all mean for society as a whole?
That's a profound question. I think we're at a crossroads. These technologies have the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, from climate change to poverty to disease. But they also come with risks, as we've discussed. The key is to approach this with both optimism and caution, I'd say. We need to be mindful of the potential downsides, while harnessing the power of these technologies.
It's a balancing act, for sure. But ultimately, I think it's a future worth striving for.
I agree. And it's a future that we can shape together. It's not just up to the tech giants or the governments. It's up to all of us. Every individual has a role to play. The future is not something that happens to us. It's something we create.
I think that's a great place to wrap up this deep dive. We've covered some incredible ground today, but I have a feeling this is just the tip of the iceberg. What other technological breakthroughs are out there, bubbling under the surface, the ones ready to reshape our world in the coming years?
One area I'm really excited about is the convergence of different technologies. Imagine when biotechnology merges with AI, or nanotechnology with robotics.
It's mind-boggling to think about the potential, but also a bit intimidating, to be honest. What advice would you give to our listeners, the ones who are maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed by the pace of change?
I'd say embrace the unknown. Don't let fear, paralyze you. See it as an opportunity for growth and discovery. Stay curious, keep learning, and be open to new ideas. That's the best way to navigate this exciting and ever-evolving landscape. And remember, the future isn't predetermined. We all have a role to play in shaping it. by engaging in thoughtful conversations, making conscious choices, and advocating for responsible innovation. That's how we can create a future that is both technologically advanced and human-centered.
Well, I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the future of technology. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling energized, inspired, and maybe even a little overwhelmed, but in a good way.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, the future is full of possibilities. Embrace the challenge, stay curious, and keep exploring.
Want to stay ahead in AI and tech? Try Idea Data. Join thousands of professionals getting smarter on AI, tech, and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more. The link is in the show notes.